Mabuhay ug madayaw sir and classmates. I'm Ronel San Diego ug ako ang una nga mag-report sa among grupo sa Chapter 6, Accounting Concepts and Principles. Introduction. Accounting concept principles and assumption are essential to understand the financial performance of business. These concepts serve as foundation for preparing financial statements to avoid misunderstanding and improve clarity, according to Varex et al. 2013. So sa introduction, there are concepts, principles, and assumptions that guide how businesses record or report their finances. So by following them, financial statements like balance sheets and income statements become more accurate and consistent. So in short, ang accounting principles are like rules that make financial reports clear and reliable. Accrual accounting. Business transactions are recorded when they occur, not when cash is received or paid. It aims to present financial information more accurately by matching revenues and expenses to the period in which they occur. The opposite method is the cash basis of accounting, where transactions are recorded only when the cash changes hands. So sa accrual accounting, mao ni siya ang mga kwarta which involve in a certain transaction which were spent or earned but not yet paid or not yet received. So natay duha ka accrual basis ani, ang revenue o ang expenses. Example sa accrued basis in terms of revenue. So nagbenta ako kay Steve ng ballpen. Si Steve ay hindi pa nagbayad. Pero nakabenta na ako at i-record ko na to kasi na-earn ko na siya. So mauna siya ang transaction sa accrued revenue. So again, I earned revenue but I haven't received the money paid by Steve yet. So wala pa nako nadawat ang bayad ni Steve pero halina na nako siya. So next, accrued basis in terms of expense. So for example, Davao Light, nagamit na nato siya pero wala pa nato siya gibayaran next month pa. Mauna siya ang incurred but not yet paid. So sa accrual accounting, records revenue when they are earned and expenses when they incurred, regardless of when cash is received or paid. Sa cash accounting, records revenue only when cash is received and expenses only when cash is paid.
Mabuhay ug madayaw. My name is Rizeme B. Pondoyo and my topic is all about matching principle and use of judgment and estimates. So matching principle mo ni siya ang this principle ensures that expenses are recognized in the same period as the revenues they have generated. Meaning ani kay ang gasto need siya i-record same sa dinaka sila income. So use of judgment and estimates. Accounting estimates approximate figures used in financial statements when precise measurement is impossible. Accounting estimates. These are the estimated values in financial reports if there are products or something that cannot be measured exactly. Example, there's a company that sells gadget and they offer a 1-year warranty. Since they will know how much gadgets will be damaged at the time, they will estimate how much money would be needed for repairs. So, precise measurement. Items like cash, property, plant, and equipment, or PPE, and accounts payable can be measured exactly and don't require estimates. So, it means that cash or land that can be measured exactly, no need to estimate unlike accounting estimates. Estimates needed. Some items cannot be precisely measured, necessitating the use of accounting estimates. There are things we can't know exactly, so we have to guess or estimate. For example, the company sells gadgets and offer a 1-year warranty. If it breaks, they'll fix it for free. But they don't know how much is broken. to be prepared, they estimate in advance. The difference between them is that accounting estimates is a broader area, while estimates needed explains why we need those estimates. Warranty expenses. An example of an item requiring estimates based on historical data to align with the matching principle. So warranty expenses, they will estimate it based on past experiences to cover the losses from previous sales. They will set aside money for potential warranty claims in the future. So matching principle requires related expenses such as warranty costs to be recorded in the same period as the associated revenues. So matching principles, expenses need to be recorded in the same date in the same period they generate income. Misuse. Potential misuse. Companies might overestimate expenses to reduce net income and taxes, which is not permissible. So potential misuse, they might estimate carelessly to make the financial reports to look better or worse than they actually are. So judgment and estimates should be based on reasonable grounds to avoid subjective and potentially misleading financial statements. Judgment in estimates, it's not possible to make an estimate without a basis. There must be accurate data or it must be reliable.
Mabuhay ug Medeo, sir and classmates. My name is Serge John Calamba, and my topic is about prudence or conservatism principles. Prudence or conservatism is an accounting principle that prevents overstating income and assets while avoiding an understatement of liabilities and expenses. It advises that in cases of uncertainty, losses should be recorded but gains should not be certain. So, it is the practice of ensuring that the company is not overvalued by preventing the income and assets from being overstated in the company's reporting. Hmm? So next is avoid understating liabilities and expenses. And next is in cases of uncertainty, record losses, do not recognize gains until they are certain. Next is Valex et al. 2013 on conservatism. Principle: in case of doubt, record any loss and do not record any gain. Expense: if unsure about recognizing an expenses, it should be recorded. Income: if unsure about recognizing income, it should be not recorded. So next is substance over form. Principle: transactions should be recorded based on their true economic substance, not just their legal form. Example: a lease that functions as a sale with installment payments should be recorded as a sale, not a lease. Purpose: ensures that financial statements accurately reflect the reality of transactions, providing a clearer view of a company's financial situation. That's all. Salamat po. Ingat po.
So, mabuhay og madayaw. My name is Chelsea Lansang and I'm from Group 5. So, my topic is all about going concern assumption. Principle: assumes the business will continue operating indefinitely and will not need to liquidate assets soon. So, it is a core accounting principle that presumes a business will continue operating in the foreseeable future, fulfilling its obligations without needing to liquidate assets. This assumption impacts asset valuation and depreciation methods, supporting long-term financial planning. Doubts about the company's ability to continue must be disclosed in financial statement. So for example, if a company pays for 2 years of rent in advance, It records this as a prepared expense and spreads the cost over the 2 years. We also have exception here. If there is a doubt about the company's future, record the payment as an experience or expense immediately. We also have here the following items or evidence that the company is not a going concern. First, the result of operations consistently show losses. Second, inability to pay the obligations of the company in time. Third is loan defaults. Third, suppliers do not sell on credit to the company. Fifth is the legal proceedings against the company. Accounting entity assumption. Principle. A business is separate from its owners, managers, and employees, regardless of the business structure. So proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. So this means the business financial records should only reflect its activities, not the personal dealings of those associated with it. This separation ensures accurate and objective financial reporting, enabling reliable decision-making for both internal and external stakeholders. Maintaining distinct financial records is crucial for assessing the business's performance and position accurately. So first, we have here separate records. Each business owned by a person maintains its own accounting records. Assets and liabilities should not be mixed between business. This means assets and liabilities should not be mixed between businesses, ensuring that each entity's financial performance and position are accurately presented. This separation allows for accurate performance measurement, clear accountability, and informed decision making for each business. Second, we have personal transactions. Personal transaction of owners, such as vehicle repairs or personal asset acquisitions, should not impact the business financial statement. It ensures the business financial record accurately reflect its performance and position, maintaining clear separation and preventing distortion of financial data. And lastly, purpose. Ensures the fair presentation of financial statements by preventing personal transactions from affecting the business financial results. The purpose is to ensure financial statement fairly represents a business by keeping personal transactions separate, thus preventing distortion of the business financial result. So that's all for today. Again, my name is Chelsea Lansang from Group 5. Thank you for listening.
Mabuhay Mandayaw, sir. I am KK Simandanaw and I am going to report the 10 period assumption. So the first one is the purpose. Financial statements provide periodic reports on a company's performance, which means that financial statements are essential reports that summarize a company's financial performance and position over a specific period. So now, let's go to the principle. A company's indefinite life is divided into standard periods that reporting purposes, which means that a company ongoing life is divided into different standard reporting periods, such as months or years, to provide regular financial reports. So, example, the calendar year, fiscal year. So, si fiscal year is muna siyang kanang like might run April 1 to March 31 on the following year. Like, then sa calendar year is muna siyang kanang mag-start any month on it. So, let's go to the General Accepted Accounting Principles, in short, GAAP. So, the definition itself is includes principles, standards, rules, and guidelines for consistent and comparable financial statements. So, the benefits, external users kanang nag-help siya sa mga investors to ma-analyze o ma-assess ang kanang current performance or let's say ma-compare ang past and current na situation sa isa ka company. So si management is muna siya kaning murag gina-assist or to understand trends and comparing past and current performance to identify strengths and weaknesses So si adaptation. So now GEP involves to say relevant by adapting to new business practices, financial transactions, and technological advancement. So it means that adaptation mo na siyang naga teach sa to para mo-practice sa modern era sa new transactions just like GCash, like ganon. Tas sa development means that accounting standards and practices are developed and refined by professionals to carefully process. So it means development muna siyang kanang nag-undergo process para may balaan ang unsay mga like mga lapses sa isa ka company or sa isa ka businesses. So that's all. Thank you. Okay, ikaw na tayo.
Mabuhay og madayaw. Before I proceed my report, I want to introduce myself. My name is MJ Yunil Disabilia, and this is my report. The topic is International Financial Reporting Standards. The International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS, nga ginatawag og International Financial Reporting Standard, are global accounting rules that ensure transparency, consistency, and comparability of financial statements across country. So, what is transparency? Thus, transparency is a company shows all its debts clearly in its report, and the consistency is a business uses the same method to record sales every year. And then the comparability is the investors can compare the financial report of company in the Philippines and one in Japan because both use IFRS. So this is my report, and thank you.
Group 5, and I will report on this topic. The Philippine Financial Reporting Standards are a set of accounting rules and guidelines adopted by the Philippines to ensure the presentation and preparation of financial statements are consistent, transparent, and comparable. These standards are based largely on the International Financial Reporting Standards Board, with some modifications specific to the Philippines context. In essence, governs how companies in the Philippines recognize, measure, presence, and disclose financial results, helping stakeholders make informed economic decisions. And I have examples, 8 examples here. Number 1 is PFRS, the Philippine Financial Reporting Standards. This is the first time adoption of Philippines financial reporting standards. Guidelines for entities adopting PFRS for the first time. And number 2 is financial instrument. Financial instrument rules for recognizing, measuring, and disclosing financial assets and liabilities. And number 3 is revenue from contacts and customers. So, principles of recognizing revenue from contacts and customers. Number 4 is lessees. Guidance on accounting for leases by Nissan. So, number 5 is EAS, presentation of financial statements. And number 6 is statements for cash flows, how to prepare and present cash flow statement. And number 7 is indentation, is accounting treatment for inventories. And number 8 is accounting facilities, change in accounting estimate and errors. Is how handle change in accounting facilities and correction of